Okay, Nick and Andy, huge game coming up in the Europa League semi-final first leg. We've got Spurs against BodoGlimt in North London. Andy, Ange Postecoglou's future definitely hangs in the balance. Whether he wins this competition or not, given what's happened in the Premier League, yes, they've had injuries. Yes, there's a lot of extenuating circumstances he can point to. But the fact of the matter is, not happy camper. He isn't, and most Tottenham fans aren't at the moment either. So do you think Spurs will rise to the occasion, the pressure, the moment? Because this is it, right? For Ange and for Tottenham, this is the competition. This is when they have to turn up.
Yeah, it feels a little bit cruel. I feel like that Spurs fans especially are, having to endure and talk themselves into supporting the team and wanting them to win a European semifinal and go and win a trophy because, well, it might mean that the manager that they want to go will actually be kept. And now it's starting to sound like that might not matter. It's been a miserable season for Spurs. Whether it's been the injuries that have plagued the team all season, whether it's been the manager's tactics, sitting 16th in the Premier League table for a club like Tottenham Hotspur is just not good enough. And all along this Europa League run has kind of been stringing out and giving a little bit of what feels like false hope. And then you get BodoGlimt in the semifinal. And then at that point, you kind of have to believe that you're going to go to the final. And you have to believe that they have a chance to actually win a trophy. And so I don't know what to think or what to feel about this team at the moment, because it's been so night and day, Jekyll and Hyde, whether it's in Europe, whether it's in the Premier League. They sort of turned up a little bit, I guess, against Eintracht Frankfurt. They put in a couple of pretty good shifts and they did just enough to get through, but it wasn't spectacular. It wasn't impressive, really, in many ways. And so even that, I kind of, I guess lean toward the sour side of, I don't know, they'll probably beat BodoGlimt, but does it matter?
True. And it's weird to kind of try and analyze both Spurs and Manchester United right now, Nick, because they are playing different teams in the Premier League at the weekend, resting players, losing games, confidence. But in the Europa League, when we look at them, they've both been really good all season long. They've got wins on the board, been fairly comfortable in this competition for the most part. And they've, Spurs have found a way to the semi-final here. But is it about blitzing Bodo early is what I got written down here on my rundown. Just kind of coming out and trying to put this tie to bed, because if you look at Bodo at home in Norway, they are very strong there in a very small stadium. It'll be a tough second leg for Spurs to go there. They need to get something. So it's almost like that first 45 minutes of this semi-final is crucial to seeing if Spurs are going to make it to the final.
Yeah, look, I think we're forgetting about one thing, and not forgetting, but it's just kind of easy to forget. The reason we love the Premier League is it's the best league in the world. And when you have a team with the talent of a Premier League team, I mean, just look at how hard it was for the promoted teams this year. I think as disappointing as Spurs have been, they still have players that would be the best player on 90% of the teams in the world. And I don't mean to just gloss over all of that, but I think that there's something to that talent winning out more times than not. And, Andy has made some interesting points as someone who watches Spurs a lot more meticulously than we do about how they look, okay? About what they're doing, the progression of the ball, this, that, the other thing. A lot of that doesn't matter when you are flat out superior. And I think that could change in the final, let's be honest. But in this situation, I would be floored if they did not emerge with a fairly decisive win.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But we also have to say fair enough and fair play to BodoGlimt and their story. I mean, they play in an 8,000 capacity stadium in Norway. They're a recent powerhouse. I mean, the 4 titles they've won have all been in the last 5 years in Norway's top flight. So they are surging. Again, I mentioned it before. They're very strong at home. If you look at the results they've got against some huge teams in Europe, have been, in this competition at home, and they've really rallied in the second leg. They've never been in the Champions League proper either. They got close in the qualifying rounds, etc. But so that's another, other than winning the trophy, of course, that's another carrot dangling there for them. Andy, just a word, I guess, on this story and kind of the beauty of, a real minnow of European football compared to Tottenham, compared to the big teams from Spain and England and the Premier League that are left in this competition. Kind of nice to see, right? I feel like this hasn't happened in a while in these competitions.
Yeah, 100%. And to see it on the European stage as well. We always talk about it, the magic of the cup with regards to the FA Cup, but this is, the exact same thing, and maybe even on a grander scale because of the level of competition that you come up against, not just once or twice, but again and again and again. And the way that they, managed to pull out the quarterfinal win in penalties over Lazio. They had the 2-0 advantage, like you say, Joe, very, very good at home. And then they go away and they concede the 93rd minute equalizer. That should have broken them. Then they give up a goal in the 100th minute in extra time, but they fight back and they get to the penalty shootout. The penalty shootout didn't exactly start great for them. And so they faced, even just in that tie or in that second leg, they faced a ton of adversity and they came through. And that is a quality that I think, especially in cup competitions, is maybe the most important thing. And not to make this about Spurs again, but when we've seen Spurs face adversity this season, what have they done? They've just kind of crumbled under it. And so it's a little bit night and day, just, the vibes and the mentality about these two teams at the moment.
Yeah, no pressure on BodoGlimt. And also, as Nick Mendola found out, wonderful teeth, apparently, because they have
great story. Like, let's just say it for people. Apparently, they became known for conducting their chants in the away section for using a toothbrush, reportedly because so many fans were traveling and they would have one in their pocket. And so they would connect the chants, and it took over the club to the extent that when they meet teams at midfield to give the banner over, they give a toothbrush, just a regular toothbrush, not like a bronze one or a comically oversized, but just here, and I think maybe that can be misconstrued. Maybe you hope that the opposing captain isn't like, let's not worry about that. But yeah, I mean, I know I just went on this why Spurs will win thing, but I'm sorry, Andy, I will be rooting for the upset. This is a charming club. And you mentioned it too. That second tie, like they were up 2-0 after one leg and somehow still didn't fall apart. This is an absolutely charming story. And I think it will be the crest of their season. And but a win could also be just the mouthwash that Ange needs for his tenure. So let's see what happens. You guys are just teeing me up here, all right?
It's brilliant. It's brilliant stuff, and I can't wait for Son and Maddison to take that toothbrush with their goal celebration and do some kind of combo celebration. Andy, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win for Tottenham. I think Spurs are going to take care of business. What are you going for, mate?
Yeah, I'll go 2-0, but still 2 goals going there for the second leg. It's just close enough to make you wonder, I think.
Nick?
I'm torn between the two, you guys. I'll go with 2-1. I just am not positive that Spurs can keep a clean sheet. I don't know if it's in their contract.
No clean sheet, but probably clean teeth. Head over to Pro Soccer Talk on NBCSports.com for all the latest on Spurs against BodoGlimt. Really intriguing Europa League semi-final, first leg of North London. Let's see if Spurs can take a lead with them for that crucial second leg away in Norway.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Lowe, and as we head towards the end of an exciting Premier League season, make sure you like and subscribe on the NBC Sports YouTube channel for more content like this.